Okay, today's date is June 11th, 2013. It's a Tuesday afternoon at 2:09 p.m. We're here in reference to case number 09 India 043643. Present with, besides myself, Detective Barry Verano, is Agent MOLZER and Detective Jason TEEMS, and also Deputy Jordan Fisher. Basically, we're here to do a reenactment of a case that happened back in May 11th of 2009. Essentially, where a KPD, Kissimmee Police Department, actually requested our assistance on a possible DUI suspect located in their jurisdiction. And at that point, Agent Jackie MOLZER was in the DUI unit, and she responded on scene. She conducted some field sobriety exercises and eventually arrested the individual by the name of Stephen J. Albers, born on March 10th of 1965. At that point of the arrest, there was no incident that occurred. Jackie had transported the individual back to the DUI room located inside the jail. And I would like to have be noted that currently we are actually outside the jail with the new DUI room. However, the benches that were used back then are going to be the same, approximately the same thing as we're using them now. Jackie, could you please walk me through, after you arrested Mr. Albers and transported him to the jail, walk me through what happened when you were actually inside the DUI room.
He was sitting over here on the bench. There used to be a desk right here, and I was working on my paperwork on the elevated part of the desk.
And he was
sitting like
under arrest, he was in handcuffs, and he was shackled the way he is.
Correct.
Okay.
TEEMS was in the breath room because he had his own arrest that he was taking care of, so he was in the room that's separated by a door. So he was in there. I was doing the paperwork. Mr. Albers asked to go to the bathroom. I told him when TEEMS was done, I would see if he could take him because a male needed to take him. Just to give me a minute, I just had to wait for him to get done. I went back to doing my paperwork, and he said something to the effect of, well, I'll just piss here then, or something like that.
Right.
I said, no, just wait. The male deputy's almost done. He can take you. I went back to doing my paperwork. I saw movement from behind me, and when I looked back, he had put the cuffs down behind his legs, got one leg out, and then that's when I grabbed him.
Can you demonstrate that?
So he got
to this position.
Right about there.
Okay, and then what did you do?
And then he started to stand up, and when he started to stand up, that's when I grabbed him and I called for TEEMS.
And then Jason came over.
Correct. Okay. And then I said, okay, he said, you got him, and I reached back. I unhandcuffed the shackle, and then I grabbed this arm. Deputy TEEMS had the other arm. And then I took the one cuff off because we couldn't get it back around behind him.
Was he saying anything at this point? Was he screaming at you guys?
He was just yelling,
was he belligerent?
screaming,
being belligerent.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got him like this, and then he started to kind of wrestle with us.
Okay.
And we kind of turned away from the bench, and then we were trying to get the cuff back behind him, and he was just fighting with us, and we couldn't get it back behind him.
And at one point, didn't he pin you against the wall?
Well, when he pushed, the corner of the wall would have been right about here.
Okay.
When he pushed, I went into the wall, and then I had to push back, and he had to pull. And then so when we went back this way into more of the center of the room. And then that's, we got turned around a little bit, and then we both went to leg sweep at the same time, and then all three of us ended up
resulted in him going out head first.
Right, and all three of us.
Causing the gash in his forehead.
Correct. Yeah, when we went down, all of us went down together.
He was complaining about injuries to his mouth. Anything you remember about his mouth? No,
the only thing was he just a little. He had a cut.
The doctor said that he had no injuries to his mouth, but he was claiming that his teeth was busted.
Remember, he was bleeding. There was blood on the ground, and he had a gash on his head.
He never complained to us about anything with his mouth.
The nurses came in.
Yeah, the nurse came in. Another CO came in. I don't remember who the CO was. He
was outside the door when he saw the ruckus, and he came in.
Yeah, he came in, and then
Deputy Scott.
Deputy Scott.
Yeah, and then they called for the fire department.
Okay. Where was he transported to?
Osceola region, off of Oak Street.
And you were with him the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
When he cleared the hospital from there, what happened after that? Do you remember?
I had to call Deputy Spears.
Why?
Because he started fighting again.
Okay. Walk me through that a little bit.
He started getting belligerent at the hospital, belligerent with the nurses. Actually had to restrain him to the actual gurney.
Okay.
When it came time to try and get him out, he wanted to like kick and fight as far as leaving again, because he thought he was going to stay, and he even said, I want to stay, and the doctor said, no, you're clear, you're going to jail. So I go to take him out. Spears comes to help me make sure I can get him into the back of the car. I go to do the rip restraint and the seat belt and try and get him put in. And then he started slamming his head, the part that was bandaged, slamming it against the partition, the glass, and yelling for the doctor to come get him out. He didn't want to go.
Okay. After that, obviously, he was cleared by the hospital. We transported him to jail. Even after he smashed his head in there, he just didn't want to go.
Correct.
Clearly. Did he assault Deputy Spears at all? Did
he tried to, when he was slamming like this, Deputy Spears pushed him back. He's like, stop slamming your head.
Okay.
And then he let go of him and tried to get the, I don't know if he was reaching for the rip restraint or the seat belt, because I was on the other side. But he was trying to help me get him strapped in, so he grabbed one of them, and Albers kind of turned to face him, and he went like that, trying to headbutt Spears.
Okay. And he failed though. I mean, he didn't actually hit Spears.
No, Spears, he was actually able to kind of get back. The part of his head that was real bloody, he was just trying to hit him with that.
Okay. From that point, you were able to transport him back here.
Yes.
Any other incident?
No, corrections came out and helped me take him into it.
Now, was he saying anything to you on the way over?
Just the same, yelling and screaming about his van, calling me names, just belligerent. I don't remember anything specific. It was just a bunch of different stuff.
I understand. Okay. I don't have anything else.
It's Jordan about the same height and weight.
Oh. For the record, it should be noted that Mr. Stephen J. Albers is approximately the same height and the same weight as Deputy Jordan Fisher. We selected Mr. Fisher because he is closest that we have to our person of interest here, Stephen J. Albers. And speaking on the side is Detective Brett Roller from Violent Crimes in Osceola County Sheriff's Office. Anything else that might be important that I haven't asked, you guys think?
I think so.
We'll go ahead and conclude this. It's going to be the same day, and it's approximately 2:17 p.m.